Welcome back to the Lonely Basement, guys. Yankees in the World Series, as we should be. 15 years since we've made the trip. Seems like not yesterday, but it's been a while. But they played very well. Very crazy, exciting series. Quite frankly, we won 4-1. So I mean, that tells you what it is. If you look back, it doesn't feel like 4-1, but we won 4-1. So you wait the Dodgers or the Metsies there, and we rest up. But today we have card show pickups. We hit 2 card shows today. There were a lot of shows in North Jersey today for some reason. There was like 5 shows in it was weird. I don't know why everybody decided to do a show at the same time. So like dealers were kind of like split, crowds were split. There was a Giant game. If you know anything about the North Jersey area, when there's a Giant game or Jet game, there's a lot of people that are watching or going. So it was a little light. Tennis was a light. Dealers were a little light. I'll tell you about the 2 shows. First, I went to Garfield. On the way back, I hit Parsippany. I've been to Parsippany a couple times. It's a very good show when it's populated and busy. They had a 3-day show, which was very good. Today, it was dead as a doornail, and half the room was empty. They didn't have any tables set up. So, but what I did was I went to Garfield, and Garfield has a lot of vintage. I did, at Garfield, have a Mookie Chilson sighting. So I was at a table, looking down at some cards, and I'm literally looking down, and this is what I hear. Pinholes, and I hear the classic Mookie Chilson laugh, and I said, whoop, and I look up, and 2 rows over is Mookie. So I figured, I'll introduce myself. I'll say hi when I get around the table, and he disappeared. So I didn't get to say hi, but hi. Hi from the Lonely Basement. But I did get to buy some baseball cards. So I'm going to work backwards. Why not? The Parsippany show, like I said, had some very good vintage dealers. The last time I went, it's on the way back from the Garfield show. I wasn't planning on going to 2 shows, but in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, well, I could always hit another one on the way back. And it's exactly what I ended up doing. There was another show in Hamburg, which is a little further up, closer to me, which I'd been to, which was cool. That was the outdoor pavilion one, and they were doing another show today. So it was like there were shows all over. So it was, not to brag, we have shows in the Northeast occasionally, but they were all on the same day, which is annoying because then I was talking to dealers. They're like, yeah, some weekends there's like no shows to do, and then why are they all on the same weekend? So I went to the very empty Parsippany show, very little vintage. Pokemon guys showed up there. Some modern guys showed up there. That was about it. No real vintage dealers. But a couple guys had a few things that I ended up picking up. I picked up this 85 Donruss Mattingly. This Donnie I picked up because it was $3, and it was in this nice, nice one touch. And it was $3. So I said, why not? The one touch is worth $1 or $2, and I get the Donnie. This guy had a lot of modern, and he had like some 80s stuff mixed in with some of the stacks, and he had a 3-row, $3 row. And I went through, and I was like, oh, look, a $3 Don Mattingly 85 Donruss. It's pretty well centered. It's a little rough cut on the top, but why not? One touch is a little beat, but $3. So then I went up to these kids. I swear to God, I have a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, so I know how old kids are. These 2 kids probably were 15 or 16 years old, maybe. They were goofing off with this other kid and talking about flipping coins. They asked me if I had a coin. I said, what do you want to know if I have a coin? Because I'm old. And they were like, what? I was like, I have no change, sorry. Because they wanted to do a coin flip. This is what happens now. So it was all modern. And he had one little old yellowed, like 300 count box sitting there. And it had a row of vintage cards in it. There was like an old Johnny Unitas, which was actually like $75. It was kind of nice. And in the back of the row, there's just some 80s cards, raw, unsleeved. And this is what was in that row of raw, unsleeved, not even a penny sleeve. Fine on the first two, but 82 Reggie, looking pack fresh. 82 Reggie All-Star, pack fresh. And then this Don Mattingly 1984 Topps rookie. That is also in very nice condition. I'm not saying it's a 10, but it's an 8 or a 9. And it was raw. I cannot tell you, because I've been going to card shows since like 1986. I don't think I've ever seen a raw, unsleeved Don Mattingly rookie card without even a penny sleever on it in my life. So I pull these 3 raw cards out, and the kid's goofing off with his friend, and I held him out just like this. I said, $10? He said, sure. He goes, why not? Sure, $10. He didn't even look at the cards. So makes me think I probably could have went to 8, but I figured this for $8. Anytime I can get a Mattingly rookie under $10, I'll buy it. And then these two. This card actually is a childhood card that I was obsessed with because Reggie was no longer in the Yankees when I started collecting, but we had this card. It's probably here somewhere. You know, probably beat up, but we had this card, and I remember Reggie being like Mr. 500, like going for 500 home runs, like Mickey Mantle, Reggie Jackson, you know, like at that time, it was like a big deal. And I remember staring at this card all the time, like thinking, like, why isn't he a Yankee anymore? Why don't they have him anymore? Like, as I first started getting into baseball. And I was kind of obsessed with this card. With the sunglasses. With the glasses. So, I got those for $10. I'm not going to complain. And I'm telling you, this, you can't tell, but all 3 of these are like minty fresh. I don't know. Buy from modern dealers. Buy vintage from modern dealers. Okay, so, Garfield. We went to Garfield, and Garfield has a very, very broad selection of vintage, and we had some pickups. We got these from a bargain box there. Bob Turley 61 Topps. That'll fit nicely into our team set. A little 59 Gil McDougall. Nice condition, a little OC, but that's all right. There you go. Then I bought this card from a guy just because it was $2. 54 Topps. Well, let's see. Time is running out to vote. Make sure you vote. 54 Bowman, Vic Raschi. It's a beautiful card, guys. Again, Hero C, but just look at that card. It's beautiful. Great picture. The kid who owned this card wrote St. Louis and scratched out Yankees. And I was like, I'm not buying that. And then I was like, $2 for that? I'm buying that every time. I find myself rescuing cards lately, which I didn't used to do. I'm rescuing cards. I rescued a couple of Whitey Fords. Now I've purchased a $2 Vic Raschi. Then we went bargain box hunting a little more. We got an 85 Topps Mattingly. This is all bundled up. I'll show you. Just because it was there, why not? Floating Heads, 79. We didn't have a 79. Now we have a 79 Floating Heads. A little team building. Stan Bonson did not have this card for my 68s. I may have this, but I don't think so. The Fleer 83. These are 83, right? 82. Mix them up. The 82 Reggie. It's a cool picture. I guess I had Reggie on the mind today. Bill Robinson. Nice condition. Needed that one. Hal Lanier, needed that one, 72. And the Ryan Duran with the glasses. I love the glasses. 59 Topps, nice condition. I almost bought a 60, but I didn't like the condition because I'm obsessed now with Ryan Duran cards with the glasses. Ryan Duran, if you don't remember or know, was a very hard-throwing flamethrower in the Nolan Ryan kind of way of throwing those heaters. We bundled all that with this. Beautiful. It's a 4.5. Whitey Ford, 59. I did not have a 59. So we now have a 59 Whitey Ford. Nice and centered. Really like this card. Really nice. Really nice from the Garfield show. And then the last pickup today. We were looking at the Venezuelan table. You may have heard Sammy Thunder talk about these guys. That's the guys who have all the Venezuelans. And I looked at a couple Manals. I was poking around, but this is kind of the card I had in the back of my mind when I went there. I love the picture. I'm thinking about buying a 55. I'm not thinking. I'm shopping currently. I was looking at one today, a 55, but I did buy a 1967 Retorado Phil Rizzuto in a 2 holder. I think this is a beautiful example. It's nice and blue. It's nice and bright. It is the first one I've ever bought. I'm not a big non-playing days card guy, but these are cool. And this one specifically I wanted because of the picture. Little paper loss on the back. A few spots, not terrible. A few spots, but it did come out as a 2. A lot of them come out authentic or 1s, so I am super happy with that. Phil Rizzuto. There you go. Those are the card show pickups today. We got a floating heads. Can't beat that. We got Ryan Duran, and now we're obsessed with cards of Ryan Duran with the glasses. We got Reggie with the glasses. We got Reggie with the glasses. We got an 84 Topps Don Mattingly rookie card in really nice shape. That is the only time I've ever seen an 84 Topps Don Mattingly raw, not even in a penny sleeve. So that's it, guys. That's what I got for you today. Bunch of Yankees, as usual. But hey, we did get a cubby card. You all have a great one. I'm going to go watch the Mets. We'll see what happens there. Why not? Let's go Game 7. Let's see if they can do it. You all have a great one, and good night.